Hi, old souls. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. My name is Steph. We are going to utilize the scrolls that have already been placed to scry for shapes and symbols that may speak to our psyche and psychic senses. We'll also add on tarot and oracle, and where Mr. Ghost Gift is here kicking, we have Ghost Tube for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate. Overall, please do receive or release freely, of course. So when you're ready, old souls, if you would like to start scrying and see for yourself, we also have a candle going here because it was requested. So that is the spirits. You feel free to scry. Comment below what you see, sense, or feel. I'm going to take a moment to open up. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to receive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of old souls, the aura of old souls. Thank you so much for being here, for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in this activated aura. It feels to be a theme. Thank you. So activated.
Siblings.
This feels very activated. And maybe we are solar siblings. Huh? Shadow and solar. I love it. Okay. Okay. There's a dragon in here. I'm defending my thoughts. I feel like I'm defending my thoughts, old souls. There's also something I'm laying to rest. Laying to rest. I'm seeing one of those, I think they're meditative incense or stamps. Like they're sand, and then you put a stamp in them. Something about that. It feels very soothing, this stamp. There's also something I'm doing. I feel like I don't want to say, old souls, that you're blocking thoughts. That's not what it is. It's like removing the blocks of certain things. To be like, I can feel that. There's some wisdom I've accumulated or acquired. There's two people that want to come towards you or around you. They're really, really nervous. They're really, really nervous. The doorway? Is that what you said was doorway? Do you know what it makes me feel like? Is if I opened a door or a closet, they would be there. Like, you know, if you found the monsters in your closet. And again, they're not monsters. But it feels like they're just afraid of you as you are of them. So it's like I open this closet and I'm like, what was that I heard? And then they're just standing there like, what? And then you're like, what? And really, even in the spirit of the scroll of Well of Nightmares, it's the Well of Dreams. There's just like a startling moment. And that's, oh, okay. So, sorry, now when I come into, and again, if any of these words mean anything to you, you know the drill. Please follow your own intuition first versus my yammerings, but I appreciate the space being held. So it's like I open this door and I'm like, whoo. And then, okay, how do I say? That's like the door opening wider now. So it's like at first I'm like, whoa. And then I slowly open the door more. I take a step back out of not fear, but almost like to create more space for safety for these creatures, these spirits, these guides to step forward. It's like my indication of saying, I'm going to take a step back so there's a little bit more space between us, but also as an indication for you to step forward. Does that make sense? Because it is a guide. But there might be something about the way they look that could also be a little startling. Like you think it's a monster, but it's not. It's just because it's like this form or formlessness that's trying to take form. It's something about like trying to take form to what my mind has predisposed what said guide would look like or said monster. It's actually working with the way I'm feeling, like my thoughts of it, imaginative or not. Sorry, somebody's like, what is it? I'm like seeing something like, I'm going to say it, back in the day when they used to like roll
Jim.
in TVs to the school classrooms, or an extra chalkboard. I feel like I'm in review of something. There's something on my ceiling, and it's an alligator. But again, it's like I think of it like the alligator, kind of like the dragon. And I'm seeing it crawl on my ceiling, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a shadow figure, and there ghoulies and goblins, and my ceiling's gonna cave in on me. This is just how I'm feeling. Obviously, you can see I have an active imagination. But even from like data, this is what the investigators say. This is what Google says. This is what they say. So I go through all that really, really quickly. And then it's like, as it comes down and around and something opens in my mind, like a space, like bookends kind of pull apart for a second. And they're not squishing the book, and they pull apart a little bit. And it's like all those pages take a breath and go,
What brought you
and
here?
then I see it's an alligator. Then I see the monster in my closet is a dragon, and it's Puff the Magic Dragon. Puff the Magic Dragon. And he has like these little glasses on the end of his nose. And I say, hello. I've been waiting for you to stop squishing me into what you fear me to be.
Jin.
And then the alligators come down. And they're so old. These are all old. Like old. Some of you might also have a family Jinn or an energy, because is that what you said? Yes. Or an energy entity around you that is, again, it's like I'm squishing the book to say, this is what everyone has said. This is everything that I've learned. This is everything we know thus far about this energy entity. And I'm not saying to dismiss it, but it's being squished. And it's asking to let the pages breathe. Because there's actually more. It's like all of those things in history, experiences that different people have had, they're not the all. It's not the be all, end all. And if you do buy me a coffee, thank you so much. I appreciate you. The link is below. Does that make sense? I feel like somewhere it may. Okay, we're going to go there. Thank you. I feel like there's scars from a different... Okay, so that's what I just heard. Soul race? There's scars from some sort of interaction. Because I'm seeing like windshield wipers on my eyes.
We're here.
There's something about a dome. Hello. There's something about a dome opening up. Like for us here, well, it used to be called the Sky Dome, and I'm just going to continue calling it that. The Sky Dome. And when certain baseball games were playing, or if the weather was nice, the dome would open. Space. Maybe it's some sort of observatory or telescope. I don't know. So far outside my wheelhouse.
It's coming.
We have covenant, sacred contract, drifter, and experiencing life as it comes. Okay, so you know the drill again. Just follow your own intuitions first. I want to know immediately. I'm drawn to like where this drifter card is, like the walls, talking about those books being squished, the bookend squishing, even if it's just not one book, but it's like all the books. I keep wanting to take these really big breaths with you. And luxurious exhales. It's the exhale that feels like on the smooth sand lands the stamp. But I feel like it's an emblem. I feel like I'm seeing an emblem, but I don't know what it is. Okay. It's even like with this, maybe you're making a new contract or you're reviewing soul contracts. Maybe you're tangibly looking at contracts right now, like very in the material world, looking at contracts. Oy vey, look at all this blue. This is energy.
Core.
Okay, there we go. A little bit of fire. No more monkeys jumping on the bed. There's some... Okay. See, this is kind of like that jinn, genie. And I don't want to get stuck on those terms, but I feel like that's kind of the brilliance of this moment. The term has history. There's lineage even in that language. Let me breathe a little bit. Let me breathe with you. Because I'm hearing that song Prodigy. Breathe with me. Breathe
Kneel.
with me. They love you. This energy, in whatever culture, lore you might resonate with it. Interesting, because fallen angel is on the bottom. Something is going on with an energy around you that is trying to get your attention because you think it's a monster or have historically felt it as a monster. And it's holding this energy in the shadows of the hidden. So imaginations can go wild. And I can lean on intellectual history or adaptations to define said thing, to validate why I'm not, why I'm scared.
Below.
Also, this, of course, can also be something you are feeling in the collective, that there's a contractual shift afoot. And it feels like the walls are caving in. And there's an energy around, but I don't know where its source is, which feels a little frightening. This is very collective energy, so give me a moment as I wander out. Because something feels airy, like when I was taking those big breaths to digest something more individually. This feels like now that this collective big breath is out there, and as it looks at me or draws in closer, the walls are starting to move in on me. And I feel like it's pressure to sign something. It's pressure to declare. Oh, I don't, why do I need to? It's something about like dominion. Okay, thank you.
Cemetery.
There's always choices. There's always choices. And okay, so that's, yep. So the other way I'm going to go through that as it was just, so that was like one way. This is so big. The walls are closing in. Sign this. Sign this. It's like, aha, I have your hearts now, your life force. The other rabbit hole is it revealing itself, or I'm feeling it and the walls are closing in on me and it wants me to sign this. But what happens is I don't sign
Stephanie.
it. Yes, I don't sign it. Because there's some sort of trickery afoot, and I see it up here. I see it up here. And my wise dragon of sorts steps in. And what I do is I make amendments to it. I burn it. We make amendments or addendums, sorry. I leave it blank. And I burn it. And I radically accept my choice. That I am not contractually in alignment to this. This. Yeah? No? Old souls? I hope that made sense. Because I feel like the point being is any which way I choose to perceive it and receive it, I'm in acceptance of that. Because I have like these, like the walls coming in closer, or all the books, all the knowledge is there. But sometimes you have to trust your gut, your intuitive instinct.
I want you to go.
Yeah, I think for many this is an energy that it's hidden for a reason. There's also something that's going to be coming forward. Old souls, and this might be a total side scry here. Sidebar scry. For those of you that are looking at making contracts or relationships, resonances, partnerships, business, this, that, or the other, it feels like it's invigorating in a good way when it's in alignment. Like somebody steps forward and says, hey, I can help your business grow. Or maybe they give you a compliment, or they validate you, or they say really great work. Hey, would you like to work on this, other like project we have over here that maybe you didn't know about before? I don't know what it is. And then put it in any context, or somebody that you meet, you're just like, you have that spark with, and they get your heart going and it works. Not lust, not that low vibe lust. And again, I'm not poo-pooing lust, but this is like, and you've walked past them a million times, a million days, and it's like your contracts are coming together, and it feels invigorating. It feels invigorating. We have here summon, success, high priestess of water. Sorry if it's all askewed. I don't know why. It's fine. And the fledging. One for the center. Thank you.
I'm trying.
I'm sorry. So sorry. All right. Somebody might have summoned something. Whoops. I don't know what part and parcel of I'm feeling that in, if it's in like the collective or in a different part of the layer of like the 7D chess that this existence is playing out in, which is fantastic. And I'm not talking about, or at least the way I'm feeling it, it's not talking about like, 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D. No, this is here, all here, tangible, dense, meat suits and minds, multi-dimensional natures wandering about within these skin suits and bag of bones and beautiful heartbeats. It's all here now. All of this 5D, 6D, 7D chess here now. The only way or where it's hidden
Fool.
is in maybe different places or different information. They use different words, but they exist nonetheless, as you and I do. And maybe they summon who they're contractually obligated. They have a contract with, they have a soul contract with. See, because it kind of gives me like a weird vibe when I say that. Like when I wander into that, it's like somehow that's like the dominion has been damaged, the sovereignty has been sold. But yet I don't, when I'm in this energy, I feel all very proud and I feel very prominent and present and free, but I'm not. Here I want to think, I'm just saying, and I'm going to share the story as it feels, that I have the power to summon, but in lieu, it's actually this other energy that summoned me. But I'm not willing to admit that. For those in the relationship aspect, friends, business partners, or camaraderie in some sort of context, there's a lot of success in that. And I'm hearing congratulations, as it says right there, for others who decide to or not sign the contract that will seem to be coming about, or if not is already, and it's slowly being rolled out. Notice ask for more details as there's being changes made to it every time. So the person who signed the first version to the person who's signing the 17,221st, 1904 version, it's different. They're learning as they go for more control. Because I keep seeing that contract is conflict, the word conflict. And I think for some, it's going to conflict, maybe ethically, morally, culturally, whatever the case may be. Apply any degree of separation that creates space for you to feel that.
I hear you.
But really, that contract conflictually is creating more of that. Under the confines of something else, or under the guise of something else. Either way, the choice is right. But take 5 maybe to check in with your instincts and your intuition. Let the book breathe. The High Priestess of Water and the Fledging with the vision. It's the dark and the light and the energy.
47.
The earthly expression being the densest and the darkest. Here now, each and every one of us. The feeling body, the emotional body. Check in with your intuitive emotions, your intellectual emotions, energy and motion. And then the spirit, self, soul, spirit, mother, father, child, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Mother, Maiden, Crone. Apply any trifecta that feels good. They're all here. They're all on board. Everyone's paying attention. Old souls, am I way off? I don't know if I've gotten way off track here, but I'm in it, and I'm going to stay here until we close out. So I appreciate you if you've stuck around. Can add any insights in the comments or any inklings that you have going on and help add to the reading and really inspire our interconnected nature. Everybody's here, but everyone's looking from a slightly different angle, straight on, slightly askew. Sorry, I don't even have the thing up here. That whole time, I apologize. The earthly, the densest, the darkest of the fledgling, no matter how powerful one is, they're always, or in whatever position they are in, I'm seeing them as, they're always a student, as it is that kind of landscape. And the emotional space of it all here, and then the spirit, again, apply whatever trifecta you have. That's what I hear when I look at that. Looking straight ahead at my vision of what I want. And even though this character is so white and light, there's also dark eyes and this ambience that is surrounding from the ethereal emotions of sorts. And this comes into this radical acceptance of the fledging of the heart of your choices. Successful. the success of what you wish to pursue, what you sign, what you signed before you
Aries.
came, what you signed before you'll go, and addendums along the way. Some of you might feel right now, old souls, that there is like this drifting energy that's just kind of floating around looking for, I'm going to use the term in a creepy way, but I don't mean it like hosts. Because it's really just looking for agreements, right? Those contracts, those alignments. That's what it is. And while it's not, this is the thing, I'm really mindful that I can see it kind of floating around, but it's inherently not good or bad. It's been summoned. Or it's moving through someone or some things that is working through them. And they are the hosts. It's like it's seeing a door-to-door salesman.
Killed.
All right, old souls. To be honest with you, I feel like I blanked out a bunch in this reading. So I'm going to close out here with the Magic of You Oracle. Which is witch. Witch. You're a witch. The magic you seek is inside of you. Let it flow. Is that practical magic? She's a witch. Mosaic. Let chance play its creative role in your life. Even taking a chance is a choice. And last but not least, we have here opulence. It's time to lead.
Find me.
Whatever your vision is, whatever you're afraid of, monsters in your closet, and whatever that means for you, it doesn't have to be that. Take a breath. Take a step back and let there be space, and then decide. Old souls, I love you. I'm going to go. I have adulting to do today. Good times. I will see you again next week. Yes, lots of adulting to do this weekend as well. However, I hope that you have a great day whenever you find this, great weekend if you find this on the cusp of a week to weekend. All the links are below to help it grow. And if you didn't already, please do like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you again soon. Bye. Who are you? I feel like that's the sound of a door. Ding dong ding.